Hello YouTubers, this is the noobifier and welcome to an updated, no bullshit discussion on a very important topic. The size of the universe and how long it'll take for us to travel in it. The original video is quite dated and we have some new information. I have it linked up for you right now if you'd like to see a more detailed video. Today's update is needed based on new information that Todd Pappy said on Calling All Pappies Part 2. We begin with the basic math behind starcitizen. An AU is an astronomical unit, which is the mean distance between our Sun and Earth. It takes light from the Sun 500 seconds to reach us on Earth. If you have a known distance and a known speed, then you can calculate time of travel. The current PU is a microslice of what's expected. That'll change in the near future with the additions of the rest stop. Players will finally be able to push further into the unknown and reach new destinations. We know that quantum speed in starcitizen was said to be 0.2 the speed of light. So the math goes something like this. If it takes light 500 seconds to reach the Earth from the Sun, that's at c, or constant, which is the speed of light. Starcitizen has a base quantum speed of 0.2, or 1/5 the speed of light. 500 seconds divided by 0.2 is 2500 seconds, or 41 minutes. The second critical factor in estimating the time of travel in our universe is the scale of the game. Our universe is modeled at 1/8 of actual. 41 minutes divided by 8 is about 5.1 minutes in starcitizen at quantum travel from Earth to the Sun. The math is still leaning very heavily towards that deliberate travel period, which was reinforced last year at CitizenCon. When designing a space game like this, there are a couple of options ranging from very short to very long travel times. Neither extreme is very good. Short time, long distance jumps would obviously speed up the gameplay and make it a little bit more light. This would make the majority of the universe very accessible and in my opinion would be a huge mistake. There's no doubt that these shorter jumps would appeal to the casual gamer who want to log in before dinner, punch out a couple missions, make some credit, and then log out. Short travel times would dumb down the risk-reward balance, which is a critical feature of the game. We'd also lose most of the tension that Chris envisioned in the universe because help and resupply would just be minutes away. There was a recent discussion about the concept of agent smithing, which is linked for you up now. That topic had a similar theme. The issue is needing to plan for the right place at the right time in advance had big implications for those casual players. The solution I felt would work was to be able to book yourself a flight on a passenger transport and then log off, arriving at the correct place on time, ready to continue. In this case, a little bit of planning preserves the temporal dilation of the universe, allowing more casual player to enjoy the universe and all that it has to offer. The other extreme of making the travel too long makes the game brutal and difficult to enjoy. So the developers actually have to get this right. Too little and you can move around too quickly and reach the outer limits of the universe. If you travel very far into the unknown, you won't just be able to call up for gas and have it arrive in a minute. Trust me, this is something that we want. We should need to be skilled, we should need to plan properly, and we should need to anticipate what we're going to need to mitigate all the possible obstacles or threats. Space is brutal and unforgiving. I want our universe to give me a taste of that. The main focus of today's video was Todd Pappy's comments. He started out by saying Hurston was on the map for 3.2.1. However, we couldn't reach it because our ships were limited. This makes sense. It's also very convenient for the developers. He went on to say that in the future, some ships that are being developed may be able to make that jump in one shot. These are some of the classes of ships or those ships that were designed with long range in mind. Some ships that come to mind are the Carrack, the Endeavour, and the Vanguard. These were designed with long range in mind. Some others are going to have extended capability, but these were specifically mentioned in concept as being long range, equipped with efficient drives, large tanks, or a combination of both. Todd mentioned that they were testing 8 rest stops strategically placed between our little chunk of PU and Hurston, which is 32 million kilometers away. For the CitizenCon demo, the Aurora took about 8 minutes one shot to cover the distance. So now it looks like if that ship was balanced properly, it would cover that long distance as a series of jumps. Just because he said there were 8 stops doesn't mean that you'll have to use all 8 all the time. Based on the capability of the ship, we may be able to jump a Vanguard in 1 stop, and an 85X may take 5. Either way, this interview added a lot of information on how the developers plan to balance long-range travel. As I said before, I feel very strongly that we want this deliberate time of travel or the game would become boring very quickly. There'd be no sense of exploration or no sense of accomplishment. I also believe though that it's important to find a balance which caters to the player base. Please take the time to post in comments what you think of the planned travel time. Thank you very much for spending your time with me. If you liked this video and the channel's no bullshit approach, please subscribe to help me keep you up to date. Fly safe, and I'll see you in the verse.